Olajide for Otadi.
I hereby question.
I hereby question. In my testimony before this tribunal,
I willfully mislead this tribunal.
or I willfully mislead this tribunal,
You are liable to be prosecuted.
I'm liable to be prosecuted.
And if found guilty,
And if I found guilty,
you will be seriously dealt with
I will be seriously dealt with
according to the law.
according to the law.
I, your full names,
Olajide for Otadi,
swear by Almighty God
swear by Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give
that the evidence I shall give
before this tribunal
will
be the truth,
be the truth,
the whole truth. Please, you have to finish it. Are you talking? The whole truth,
the full truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
Well, because
Witness of the Bible.
sir,
Sit down, try to get yourself together. We want you to be in top form when you are giving your testimony. And if perchance you don't feel good enough to give your testimony now, we will adjourn for you. You are in good shape to give your testimony?
yes, ma'am.
Very well.
Please, ma'am, before I continue, I want my brother that is with me on the day of incident to be. Is with me.
Is he a witness?
Is my witness.
And you will call him when we get to that point.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
This question, the brother who says to be the witness to exclude the panel to go out of hearing.
Even in the courtroom now, because of front loading, the evidence is already before the panel. We will not achieve anything, even in the open court now, because all things are put on the table. I don't see the essence of sending him out. Panel members, how do you feel? You may stay in the... Yes, Mr. Fowotade.
Good evening, Mass and Sirs. It is all happened on the 11th of March, 2017. That day I'm returning from my working place. I have to branch at my wife's shop to pick her so we can buy a little thing at K2 post stop before you going home. Ikusu Road leaking to the express road. Marwa used to park at the side to load. So on that fateful day when I'm coming at the night, some Marwa are making U-turning in my front. I have to be patient in order not to hit any one of them. I just hear some Okada rider is coming, banging my car. You're this Muslim, go now, why are you waiting for them? I said, do you want me to kill or finish any one of them? He said, why are you talking to me like that? What do you want me to say? Are you with yourself? Can't you see your front? Not knowing that it's a policeman, they go and raid Okada. So they are driving, and it's in mufti, not in police uniform. He just come in my front, he managed to come in my front. Because those men who are still doing U-turn, they just block my way. You don't know who are you. Can't you see yourself? You are talking to me. Before I know inside my son, he just slapped me, blast. And my wife is my side. I wanted to reply. My wife said, no. Remember that your daughter marriage is about 3 weeks because my daughter is getting married on 2nd of April. And this thing happened on the 11th of March. Remember what the pastor told you, that you should not fight. Try to avoid for anything that will be fight. So when my wife told me this, my body just got up. Upon that, this man said, you this crazy man, begin to beat me. My wife told me, say, don't fight him, don't fight him. But when the beating is too much, I have to come out from my car. On getting out, the man just, there are two. The other one didn't beat me, I won't lie. But he hold me. This man just used his head. The next thing I see, the twitch is just come and I faint immediately. So people, don't kill him now. What did this man do to you? Even some area boys who was collecting money from the Marwa wanted to fight him, but when they know say it's a police officer, they rely. There is a lot of go-slow by then because I faint. I just hear some voice that revive me back. My wife begin shouting, don't kill my husband, oh, don't kill him, oh. It just they cry. Now that thing I hear from where I did, I come back. The guy who lead the team then has come because there's a lot of good. The man who used his leg to come. He said, you this man, what are you doing? Why do you park your motor here? I said, I didn't park. By them, Lord, on my faces. Oh yeah, he just heard one of his men. Oh yeah, carry this man because I can't drive. Yeah, this thing takes us sometimes to not as quick as I'm just explaining. I just want you to be fasting. The man just tell me that they should carry me to the police station. They carry my motor because I don't know where I'm at that time. When I go to the police station, they park my car at the back. This is the same one Sergeant Ayo at Ketu police station. Say, come and meet me. Say, where I say I will deal with you. You are talking to me outside like say you are talking to your... This man started another round of beating. I've never witnessed that type of... Towards that, he dragged me down, kicked me. From where he kicked me, this way I get this leg injury. Up till now, I cannot move too far. Or in any 3 months, I will feel the pains. Because I'm 60 years old, I'm no more small picking. He beat me to the extent that I don't know what to say. I say, I have to wake up and say, see, if God say you will kill me here. But if I finally survive, I won't forgive you. Let's just note that. That's what I told the police. He dragged me, just all my clothes that and you collected at the police station, on my phone. And that on Monday of that week, I need to go and lose one man who used to give me work at his Access Bank. And give me 50,000 naira. The one that I used to carry my people that's going to work for me because I'm a video contractor. That I will carry them to the Ekiti. And the next, about 4 days to that time. Everything, I lost phone, I lost my watch, When I got to the police station, this man started beating me again. They said, he had to drag me, I can't move. He just draw me, go to their, whether in a charge room, their members is there, there are a lot of policemen there. They say, see this old Baba, we are not supposed to in the drag with me like saying get power. Those ones say, maybe you are punishing him. This other one just carry one baton. So let me hit this one with his head. There's another one, they say, leave this man, the man will die here. See, it's not even feeling well as he sees himself. See, that's how I just did it. I don't know what to do. Which kind of like what it is all this. And my daughter marriage is about 3 weeks a week. As I'm doing that, I don't know what to do. They just yab me, the DPU, Mr. Akwan of Ketu police station then. The other man, I've gone give him the report that there's one Baba where I beat you, and the man is. So the DPO said they should go and bring me. When they bring me to the police station, when the DPO see me, he say, go and call Ayo for me. Then call. He say, what did this man did for you? If this man happened to be your father or your brother, can you beat him like this? The Ayo and that boy now lead down. Say, na devil work. They are sorry. They are, I say you, so you can lay down. You will nearly kill me at your backyard inside the station now. When you don't beat me, the one outside, you still dey. I say, look, anywhere this matter can reach, I'm ready. If I could die on it, I don't mind. Because I don't know, the DPO there, when he see my situation, he say, he call one of his men, say, carry their policeman, carry this man to hospital. Go and treat him first, make this man no die. Because this blood, everything is too much. So that's how they carry me to police station there. And carry me to hospital. The hospital is normal. This is the Eboa hospital at Poside, Yakubu. When I got there,
What hospital?
Eboa hospital for the first treatment. Eboa Medical Center is at that. Then I don't know where that hospital is because I'm not even around place. 48 Yakubu Street, off Jim Ovalopo Street. Eboa hospital, Eboa Medical Center. So when they take me there, when the doctor see me, he say, what did I do? I don't know what to say there. The man just tried to see me. Now, before my people, they say, if you want to take legal action, you better take it. I just take a phone. He take me, the pictures. He take me some pictures there. So it's about 30 minutes or 40 minutes that the DPO come. He said, we are sorry, sir, for what happened to you. You see all those boys, when we send them some work, they will misbehave, all these things. He said, no, what happened is that I will give you anything you request for. Please, don't take any picture. I say, already, sir, you can see me say, I'm with top cloth. Where can I get, you see, nothing with me. He didn't know that my wife had taken the pictures. So, that is one of the pictures that my wife took. So, after...
Yes. You want this photograph to come?
I'll give it to the people. And this, after that,
you must give us the photograph so that it will be on record that
just the one that's showing.
I'm sure.
We not be opposing, if not because of one of the amnesia we have here. So same if not because if you attach all those, so maybe the indication we made and saw the same picture. Not be opposing.
no, well,
Just the photograph.
just the photograph
For
for
now,
now.
when he explains, then he brings them up.
so when the DPO called me,
Just go easy.
When, how long?
Photograph of the complainant with his hand on the head and plaster across his upper lip is not objected to. It is hereby admitted and marked Exhibit A. Yes, you can continue with your testimony.
So after that, they take the police vehicle and carry me back to the Ketu police station. And the DPC is very sorry that they are going to, I should come and explain whatever I need, he will pay me. That time. So he told his men himself to lead me with my car because it's around 1 a.m. This time we are talking of, it's very late. So when I got home, I didn't get myself. But the next 1 week, I take some pictures, which they take as an exhibit. After that, when I got to the Ketu people and after this, the Ketu, the pictures, when I got to I said, this thing cannot go. So, newspaper, this my brother, I have to say, why will they beat you like this? Because he has a friend of journalists. They call me. This is how the Ghanaian's newspaper, on the 14th, carry it. The Nation's newspaper.
No, date. Guardian newspaper.
They carry it on the 14th.
14th
of March. They carry it on Tuesday.
What year?
2017 also. The same day, the two of them carry it.
What date?
I saw on the 14th, March 14th.
Other newspapers?
No, the Nations.
Yes.
So they carry the stories. So when this thing is going on, I think they
Putting the document across. Yes?
Hello.
Let it try. That's what I'm telling you. The original. You have those newspapers here.
I have the Nation. I can't find the Guardian, but I have it on the Nations here. But I have looked for it because as I'm doing go and build photo start, I don't know whether I misplaced the. This is where I have the Guardian, but I don't know how I misplaced it.
Council before you bring it to us now. Yes, Mr. Ibusanere.
Just not we are not opposing.
News, publication of Tuesday, The Nation News, publication of Tuesday, 14th March 2017, volume 2, number 3886 at page 7. It's hereby admitted and marked Exhibit B.
That's not.
Yes.
So, after about 4 days later, the Ketu police station DPO called me that I should come. When I got there, he said, why did I go and let the thing enter the newspaper when he has already promising me a lot of things? I said, I don't know how it's happened. I just lied to him. So from there, they took this thing. They took a lot of things about how the thing happened. I explained, I told them everything. I didn't hear anything. I said, okay, Oga, what is the way forward? They say, you don't have anything to do with me concerning this case again, because the AIG, everybody in Nigeria have seen what is happening. And this is what is guiding against. I came about a week. I don't know, remember the date exactly. I was called from Zone 2 by Mrs. Dolapo Badmos, the Lagos State spokesman, that he want to see me at Zone 2. I go with my brother. When I'm going, this is my brother. Then, when I go to our office, she called me and say, what happened? And I explained.
The police PRO.
Yes.
What's the name?
Dolapo Badmos. At Zone 2.
Yeah.
So she asked me what happening, and I explained to him. Yeah, he asked me a lot of questions. He said, okay, I should go. They will still call me back home. I said, okay, ma. About 4 days again, she called me that AIG want to see me. AIG, Kayode Oluranti, is the AIG then at the Zone 2. Aderanti, Kayode Aderanti. So the day they give me to come, I go with my brother. We both first of all went to the Dolapo Badmos office. She said, okay, she now carry us to the DIG office, AIG office up. So when the AIG see me, say, what happened? What? I say, I explained. The man, with the DPO of Ketu, then bring the 2 men come. They come along to his office. No, he said, what happened? I explained. The police said, no, so I want to hit him. I want to take my motor to kill him. You wait in my back. I'm not reversing. He just lied. The DPO, the AIG say, he is giving the DPO 2 weeks to go and set up panels. You want to see how this case will end. How will you be somebody like this? Report back to my office in the next 2 weeks. That is AIG Aderanti. We go. After that, they invite me at Ketu police station again. That they have set panel, that the panel is going to work tomorrow. I go. The panel have to be the man that held my 12th police post. I don't remember his name again. He's the one who held the panel. He carried both of us to one office. Asked me, do everything. After that, he said he will submit his report. Nobody at Ketu police station, they went doing this investigation. When he did it finish, we go. He said, the man told me that I will hear from them. I didn't hear anything. What is going on? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. I have to go back to Ketu. Oga, what happened? He said, don't come to me. The case is out of my hand. That's DPO, Mr. Akman. He It's out of my hand. I can't handle this. It's beyond him. That the thing is up. I go to that myself to see that man. The man said, no, he has done his own work there. He will give them the reply. I now go to Sunju again to go and see Madam Dolapo Badmus. The first day I go there, is not around. I go there the next week. By then, they have changed the AIG. AIG, I don't know if it's not more, it's not there again. One at almost something, I don't remember because I've not go to him. So when I go back to Mrs. Ade, Dolapo Badmus, say, Madam, what happened? I didn't hear anything. The guy said you should. He said, look. I say, I hear say they have bring another AIG. He said, soldier go, soldier come. I said, okay, man. What about my case? He said, what is happening? Go up, go and meet AIG. You explain yourself when you get there. How could I go up and meet AIG? Say, no, me, no, I'm not be this. That's how I left the place. What is going on? How would these things going to happen? By then, this teach then break inside. I'm always feeling pain, all this thing. I don't get myself. I go to them tackling. They say they will collect 100,000 to do the operation. Then somebody come and advise me that I should go to General Hospital in Kenya. Which I go there. When I got there, they charged me some money. This is it. I do the X-ray. They do X-ray for me. That X-ray indicated that what they tell me is that the teeth break inside, and they are going to do it as an operation because it's different from to remove teeth. They have to dig inside before they can bring the breaking one outside. They charged me. I don't remember how much they charged me. I have to go. The day when they do this operation is another going to hell. Because they did about, in that room, they did 3 persons. They have not finished my own. They have to dig, put something inside before they can bring the one that is breaking inside, outside. That is the first assignment. I said, well, this thing cannot be like this. As I know, say, public in Lagos State have a meditation center at 7 up. I don't know. I first of all go there in order to get justice. It's almost complete. Those people say, this power is beyond their own destiny. I should go to Alausa. When I go to Alausa, at their human rights office, they send somebody. This is one at the meditation center at 7 up. When I got there, when I go to Alausa, they sent to all these things being going up, coming down. I don't see way out. It is from there they tell me, say, since I want to go to court, that I should go to Surulere. That is Lagos Public. In Lagos Office of Public Defense Act, 2 to 8 in Yoniru Road. So when I got there, they give me one lawyer. Say, this is the person that's going to handle my case. The man just say, he will call me. Going, come. I don't know what is going on. I have to go to Human Rights Office again. The Human Rights Office is at, I don't remember the man name again. When we go to Ikochun, you will like say you are going to, I don't remember his name again. When I go to him, he said, why will somebody do that? You are going to claim some millions. When I got him, when we say, you have to give them 10,000 naira down to buy fuel for my car because I won't go free of charge you. You have to give. We haven't heard anything. I don't spend almost 30 to 40,000. That is why I just stopped going to it because it seemed that just want to extort money from me always. That's how I saw. So this my leg, the policeman kicked me on this my left leg. I can't move well again. I don't know. I have to go to hospital. They say it will cost me almost 200,000 to carry out what is going there. I don't have that kind of money. I have to go to native way. That one collect 50,000. They give me some. That is the one I'm using in order to be able to be moved. My eye that time, if you can see from the picture, the eye block. But when I'm doing the marriage, a lot of people that know what is happening don't care. They do, Baba, what happened? Baba, what happened? What happened to you like this? I just tell them, say it's accident. So I have to go to the hospital. They say, the man say I should have to go. He prescribed some medicine for me. When the thing is not here, because I've been. He say I have to go and look for money around 200,000 naira to do the operation for the eye. That they need to go inside, bring. I don't know what to say. Which kind of like all this? So that's the eye and the leg. Now my teeth, I can't be going outside. Like say I go to party now, or I go in the presence of some people. I want to eat. I have to remove this teeth. If I didn't remove it, if I mistakenly go eat it with something hard, it will just break. This is the 10 teeth that I did after the incident. This is number 10. This one that I did last month is 25,000 naira. The doctor said that I should keep it inside water. So, in order that the thing will not spoil. Because sometimes when the thing break, or I mistakenly mash it when I'm eating something that I don't have money then, I will have to be covering. That time, if I know say COVID-19 will be there, it will be easy for me. Nobody will know what is in my mouth. Because if I use COVID-19, nobody will know it's true. If I drink it like this, nobody will know what is better my teeth come on. So I have to be doing this thing. This one now is making 10. I started from 15,000. This two is 50,000 naira now, because sometimes when the thing break, I don't have the money to do it. I just don't know. I just don't know. But whenever I remember this thing, I always cry. That is what happened when I wanted to start. When I remember it and how it happened. How will somebody that's not to 40 years, just beat me? And nothing happened. Police, the investigation is not carried out. No sorry, nothing. I'm just spending money. Thank God for our governors. Babajide Sanwo-Olu that bring this type. When I hear say I'm going to establish, I say God will help this man. His son will not lose. Because this is the only way, since when this thing happened, this is the only way I can establish my case. When this thing happened last time, I got to the dentist, say I want to do permanent. The man tell me that I can do permanent teeth. Because I'm tired of, if I can't, nobody know that something happened. But any way I go outside, I eat, or the thing mistakenly break, I will just tell them, say, now Okada. When I fall from Okada, I hit my mouth with something. That's where the teeth break. That's what I used to like. Because to begin tell somebody, say, now policeman beat you, without doing anything. So the man told me that I can do the permanent teeth. Then somebody have told me, say, it's not going to cost. But now when I had the man, he said, I have to hold about 750,000 naira to do permanent teeth. If I don't want, going back, this thing. When I did this one, that, and I do 3, this 25,000. That's, if it is not inside water now, they say the thing will be break. This is another truth that this one that I'm using now. I've been feeling that this one is always weak now. Because when it don't drop, I don't eat something, don't drop, that means it don't reach time when it will break with that. So, this is my story. This my brother is the one that helping me going to Zone 2, going to all this. He's one who introduced the human right to himself. What I've spent since when this thing happened to my body. If not that I have something that is bringing money to me, it's going to 1 million. What I have already spent on me alone, not to talk of the pains. So that's why I come to the panel to please help me.
Mr. Fuota, is that the end of your testimony?
Yes,
And you have presented all your documents to the panel?
yes, ma'am.
You presented all your documents
I've
to the
presented.
panel? Any questions for Mr. Fuota?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Fuota.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I noticed that the documents you attached to your petition, you've only given us one. Where are the others?
Sir, I've not what?
You only gave us the Nation newspaper. Those other documents, are they part of your documents?
I've given to like this one now. It is when I go to the general hospital.
We need anything that will help you, you need to give it to us.
Okay.
Seeing that you don't have counsel, so any receipt, anything you believe will help us, please give us those documents. And I see your letter to the Office of the Public Defender, so please, if you have a copy, oblige us as well. I also see a letter from...
This is the history they did for me before they can carry out something from the hospital.
I repeat, anything you think will be useful to this panel, please give it to us. Registrar, whatever he gives you, please show the other side. Mr. Boa, Mr. Fuotade, let me explain. When you submit, whatever you submit, you still have to give us whatever you have as an original. That is what we'll consider. So don't assume that the initial copy will cover. So that's why we're asking you for these things.
Mr. Fuotade, please.
Sorry, I'm not done.
I just want to add to
I have
it.
more questions.
Maybe if you have the original petition to the AIG. You have your original petition to the AIG Zone 2, because it's not here.
We dropped it too. It's in the hard copy.
The original petition to AIG Zone 2.
Yes. No, it's in the file.
What it is that we did
What
petition,
you have
we present our case when the Dolapo Badmus called us. When she called us and the AIG set up panel, my hope is that everything will be coming out straight. All the one that you see that we sent to is through the public defender, all these things. That's
What I'm saying is that before you go to the public defender, you went to AIG.
yes.
See that you did not write a formal petition to the AIG. You did not write a formal petition
That was an appeal.
to the appeal.
We had some paper to the Everything.
The appeal we have is addressed to the Office of the Public Defender.
Yeah, what you have there is to the Office of the Public Defender. They want to AIG, which they were acting on and you didn't get any feedback.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
If you have petition to them or reply from them or anything.
No, what happened is it is the local Badmus that invite me from Zone 2. They are the one that invite me. That what they saw in the newspaper is very, very annoying. That is what happened at the Zone 2.
Okay, you were invited based on the
I'm invited based on the newspaper. And they say they want to hear what is happening from me. Which I go there and I explain. The AIG then said that they should set panel. It is the panel that I didn't hear anything. And when I go back to Badmus to ask for what our outcome of the panel, he said that I don't have time for you. Just go to AIG shop, go to AIG office and ask him about your case. I said, it is the woman that scattered the whole case because she's the one who invited me in the first place, and she has power over K2 police station anywhere to carry out this thing. But she did not carry out the thing.
In addition,
When it gets to your turn, give evidence. Yes.
We vehemently opposing the proportional documents. Another one, the document which the applicant tend to tender was loaded.
Under what rules? We have our own rules. We don't have rules of front-loading.
When you are talking of issue of bringing us surprises, he has the right, he has made the necessary document available and attached to this process. He never attached the document he sent to the bail applications. But the respondents,
He did not attach what document.
the document he sent to tender, sir. He never mentioned in his complaint from the beginning of the application. He never made mention of the document he sent to tender, sir. He never made mention of this, sir. From the beginning to the end. We have gone through his complaint, sir. We have read through. He cannot just wake up from nowhere and say he has documents. Most of them have photocopies, which must have got through maybe at the market, sir. We are really on issue on the principle of fair hearing, sir. On the principle of fair hearing, sir. So that we only have opportunity to look at those documents and cross-examine him in respect of it, sir. In his complaint, sir, with the letter, the application he made to this honorable panel, sir, he never made mention of those documents, sir. He never made mention of those documents, sir. Cannot just wake up, bringing documents from left and right that I intend to tender, sir. On the basis that we are praying this,
My Lord, sir, he has determined the document which he tend to use in this very panel, sir, which was the first page. And he never made mention of the documents which he had tend to tender, sir. And they are photocopies, almost all of them, sir. On the basis of that, we have prayed this panel to reject all.
Shifting back a bit.
Reject all of us. What he said here, he said the picture, he stated about newspaper, he stated it, which we never oppose. The second newspaper, sir. Then, and the issue of copy of treatment at written to the two, sir. We are not opposing all those pictures, but the one he tend to tender, he never made mention of it, sir. No speak of surprise. Base of fair hearing, sir.
I can't understand you.
Based on that, we are bringing this point to check documents. We are grateful, sir.
Well, that's the Lagos Judicial Panel sitting on the SARS victim and Lekki Toll Gate victims as well. This particular hearing, a very tearful and emotional victim, I must say.
And meticulous too.
Very meticulous. Before giving his testimony, he took the oath, you know, giving us a very traumatizing recount of his episode with the SARS officials. He went as far as saying a national daily carried the news, you know, of his of the brutality meted on him. Of
course, that was also tendered.
By the SARS personnel. It's not just that brutality that he experienced at the hands of it's the emotional plus everything he's had to face after that. Medical bills, he had a broken tooth, he had a bad eye, he had a bad leg, surgery for his teeth. The teeth, he's had to change the teeth about 10 times, according to him. A broken leg, affected eye. And you think about all that and all the money he's had to expend on himself, you know.
You know, Father, I'm just wondering, this is just one out of many.
This is one out of many.
So we're not even sure how many people, hundreds out there, who have experienced such, you know, brutality. And they will come forward and give their story. So I'm also concerned about the length of this petition itself, whether they can actually deliver on what they were set up to do.
Mandated to do, yes. I'm very concerned about that too. How much can be achieved with this hearing? You know, because apart from listening to all the testimonies of these victims, you also must give the accused, you know, they must also have a fair hearing.
As well. So
let's listen in, man. I think they've started again.
Rejected. I must say that the rules of procedure for proceedings before this panel is one dated 26th October 2020. Rule 5, paragraph B, sub 6 states that the panel shall have the right to act upon any evidence admitted under Rule 4 of the said rule, whether written, electronic, or oral, notwithstanding that such might have been inadmissible in civil or criminal proceedings before a court. The objection therefore taken on failure to front-load is not tenable, it lacks merit, and the documents will be admissible before this fact-finding panel.
All right, you're still on to the Lagos Judicial Panel of Inquiry sitting. This is the third day for it. Investigating the aftermath of the SARS protests, ensuing fatalities recorded, and alleged atrocities by the now defunct SARS police unit. And we've seen, you know, a petitioner given his testimony, his experience at the hands of some police personnel. And like we said earlier, this is just one of many petitions that will feature at this judicial panel. And we've been talking about concerns regarding how long it'll take for petitioners, once their case has been verified, authenticated, and you know, will justice be actually meted out here?
Well, I suppose that's the point of this hearing.
And we were also talking about what about giving a voice to those being accused
themselves. They also deserve fair hearing. Yeah.
So it's a mixed bag, really.
It really is.
You can't help but think this is moving at snail pace. It's still early stages, but one would have expected.
I suppose the important thing is that there is a hearing. You know, the people are listening. There's now a panel set up to listen to the victims, hear their stories, and see how any help or restitution can be given. To them.
But to a large extent, you can't help but think people are impatient for results.
Yes.
And that's another key
No, I mean, but
issue
look
here,
at it
because
this
we've
way.
had panels of inquiry in the past, and sometimes you'd wish much of what goes on there would actually translate to positive and expeditious hearings or justice on the matter. And to a large extent, this might also have an implication on the judicial system in Nigeria and how it operates on scenarios such as this.
Indeed, but I believe that this particular panel have a mandate. There must be a time frame, because besides anything
But how many
else,
can you accommodate within that time frame?
That's
Yes.
your guess as well as my guess.
More questions,
But,
asked than answers here. And from the ones we got about earlier on when our correspondent was, they had to make an impromptu visit to a military hospital, and they weren't even granted access to, and they were saying their visit, to a large extent, is very crucial.
Very
to
crucial
whatever
to get some kind of evidence.
Evidence.
Yes.
And when you see incidents like that, they're not getting the cooperation they actually need. And, you tend to wonder that these are challenges, stumbling blocks, and how will they overcome that within the time frame?
But even stumbling blocks tell a story on their own. Like, for instance, going to the military hospital where they were denied access. Then you ask yourself, why were they denied? If you don't have anything to hide, then you let them go ahead and do the inspection they need to do.
But just like you said, the most important thing is engagement. At least we have the awareness.
Yeah.
But then again, how that will translate into tangible justice, that seems to be the question here.
I do believe that the governor is serious about it, and it's not just the governor who is serious about it. The president himself is serious about it. So
the eyes are watching.
The eyes are watching. The entire country is watching. Beyond the country as well.
Even
everyone,
on a global scene.
Yes,
they're
everyone.
Watching if something will come out of this. Hopefully.
Everyone is watching, and that's what makes this really special.
And that's why stakeholders, those custodians who are being given the job to interpret all of this, have to take this very serious.
Very seriously, indeed. You saw them asking him for all the documents that he brought with him and asking him to verify, they have some copies, they don't have some copies, and they must get all documents.
The original documents initially. And I'm very impressed even by the petitioner himself that, look,
he was thorough.
If he was thorough,
he was
even if
thorough.
he was called, you have to get all of these items.
He was quite thorough.
To state your case and make something out of it. And I think to a large extent he did, make impact.
He did. I mean, even to the viewers, apart from the panel, people who are viewing this can see that, look, this guy was really traumatized. He's been traumatized for a long time, from the initial brutality, till the very point. I mean, he says he cannot go out and eat. It is that bad. So that episode lives with him until today.
And, I just think that there will be others, and how they will get some form of closure, restitution, and contentment from all of this is still remains to be seen. And just to give you a recap of what we have here, the sitting of the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry and Restitution set up by the state government to look into the allegations of brutality and high-handedness by personnel of the defunct Special Anti-Robbery Squad, or SARS, has entered day 3. And at the resumed sitting on Saturday in Lekki, a panel headed by a retired Chief Justice of Lagos State, Justice Doris Okuwobi, would hear 4 petitions. Now, the petitions included Okuchukwu Obiachina versus the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad, Olusegun Openiyi versus the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and Francis Idom versus the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and Olajide Fowotade, who we're looking at right now, versus the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad. In the case involving the first petitioner, Mr. and Mrs. Obiachina, Justice Okorbi admitted as exhibits the judgments delivered in 2017 and 2020 respectively. Judgment in appeal of 2018, COP and other against Mr. Obiachina and other dated March 20th, 2020 is hereby admitted and marked as Exhibit B. She said when asked for any other matter to be used as an exhibit, the petitioner's wife, Ndubusi, narrated how police authorities extorted she and her husband.
Well, and in her testimony, Mrs. Obiachina lamented that she was arrested from her school where she spent 22 days in SARS custody in Ikeja. Let's listen in.
General Outpatient Index Card, dated 23rd March 2017, registered as number 667 of Fowotade Olajide is admitted and marked Exhibit D. Photocopy of Lagos State University Teaching Hospital Ikeja drug prescription form, dental department, dated 10th May 2017 of Fowotade Olajide is admitted and marked Exhibit E. Police case request form for medical treatment and report, Ikeja General Hospital, Lagos, in re Fowotade Olajide, issued by Woman Inspector Patience Imonase, is admitted and marked Exhibit F. Citizens Mediation Center form of Olajide Fowotade, complaint number LJ/CMC/AL/18/0113 of 10 January 2018 is admitted and marked Exhibit G. Letter of OI Additional Mrs. Directorate for Citizens' Rights of the Ministry of Justice, Lagos State, to Assistant Inspector General of Police, dated 26 February 2018, in re appeal for legal rights and justice on police brutality is admitted and marked Exhibit H. Yes. Any further questions for?
Yes.
Mr.
Ford, I'm sure you understand what just happened.
I know.
Okay. Good. So we now have those other documents in. Now, I have some questions. You said that because we need to understand, our purpose is to find out the truth and find out if indeed we should recommend a compensation or not. So, number one, you said that when you went to the AIG, that the DPO came, officer or Sergeant Ayo, as you called him, came, and the other officer who restrained you came, and that the story Officer Ayo gave was incorrect. Did the DPO give any view whether in your support or against you, or he didn't say anything? Which of them?
The DPO didn't. Well, the DPO said that because the DPO we don't know what happened exactly.
Okay.
It is what they explained to him. It's what the DPO know.
Okay, thank you. My next question is.
Let's record now. Yes.
I'm most obliged. My next question is, in your letter, which we've now admitted, you said medical treatment both on surgery and replacement of my artificial teeth, to quote you verbatim, with worth of 380,000 naira. You've now told this panel of 700,000 naira. We don't understand why what you are presenting in written form in terms of figures and expenses are different. Can you please explain?
What happened is that, this thing happened in 2017. And what you buy there, what the doctor told me then, is what I present. Because I'm not using it to make me rich. Not that, but I'm just Then what I'm asking is what I've spent. Even if you go to the Ketu police station to verify, you will see that what loss is from me is what I asked. I asked for 30,000. My 40,000 that I want to use to travel, that is what is that's what I didn't write say I lost 1 million. No.
Mr. Fowotade,
yes, ma'am.
My question is strictly with regards to the cost of replacing your teeth. Sorry, let me learn so that you understand me. Replacing your teeth with surgery. We'll come to the issue of other things like the cost of your shoes. But for now, because that appears to be the most obvious ones. You refer to other kinds of things, but the one you've demonstrated, pulled out your teeth for us to see. So you need to tell me exactly why is there a difference. If you're telling me that this is the present cost, you need to explain that, please.
What happens is that when I go and did this thing, because during the COVID-19, the one break, I don't have to use, I don't have anyone to use. So I have to use this thing to come out. After the COVID, when they give us access to go out, that I go and do this thing, then I do this. Before I used to do it 18, 15, but this one I did is 25,000. Then I asked the doctor, say, I'm tired of replacement of this thing. He told me that time that if I wanted to do it, it's not going to cost more than 300,000 to 400,000. But if I want to do it now, everything I've cost, I should be preparing for around 7 to 750,000. That is what he told me. I didn't write it there, but what he told me is what I told you.
Very well.
Yes. Sorry.
We would like to.
Sorry, I haven't finished.
Can I just...
My next question is, do you have any knowledge of whether any disciplinary action has been taken against Mr. Ayo?
Nothing.
Okay.
Even I'm still seeing him because I run for him. Somebody that can do such a thing for
Thank you, that's fine. Then my final question is, I read in your report that the DPO, I don't know if he gave you 12,000 naira. Is that correct?
No, he did not give me 12,000 naira. What he did that night, because I have to praise him, he paid for the treatment at the hospital. He said, he can't allow this man to die. With the situation, he said this thing, they have to take me to that. He's the one who told them to take me to the hospital. And he said he's going to pay for it. It is from that hospital that he said he's going to give me anything that I need. What stopped the man from doing furthermore is the newspaper, something that he see.
Okay, so he would have given you more, but for the newspaper. And he also had apologized to you. I'm referring just to Mr. Akpan. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I? Mr. Fowotade, I just want to clear some issues that has to do with the money that you are claiming, which is in your petition to the OPD, which you have before us, and what you are now claiming. Are you saying that this petition, the money that you are putting here, because this petition was dated, it was received on the 22/11/2018. Are you saying you now incurred more expenses between that 2018 and now, which you have added?
What happened is that, I don't know whether it's because of old age. My leg, that the man that he kicked me that time, the things are still worrying me. I have to go.
Please answer the question straight.
What happened? What I put there then is what happened.
It was as at then.
As at then.
But now you've incurred more expenses and it's still progressing.
That is it.
Okay. That's what you want to.
Please, can I ask you one question?
Still the main one question. Yeah. This Mr. Ayo, the police officer, is he still in Ketu police station now? Because you said you are still running from to see.
What happened is that when I heard of this panel, those people that heard about the case said, Mr. Fowotade, this is where your case will come up. Maybe the man is using juju because anywhere I go, I will not get it through. I'm saying truth. Anywhere I go, will not success. But I say, There's no how you will be using anything. You cannot catch all the people at this panel.
No, the question I'm asking you is that, do you know whether it's still in Ketu?
I suspect it's still at the gate, but DPO is no more there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, that Inspector Ayo, do you know his full name? Ayo what?
I don't know his
Because
full name.
I think you will have had it on his
I don't have his full name because what happened that they know is somebody that is dead that you revive to know what is happening. I don't know. And when I go, after they call me, say I should come and make investigation. They collect, I bring some of some pictures that a lot of things they with them at the Ketu police station. They didn't allow the man to see me. The only day I see him is the day we are going to the AIG office and he come together with the DPO. That's the only day I see him. But I'm just asking, when I asked of this man, they told me that he's still at the Ketu police station. He's
Okay. Sorry, I need this clarification from you. Okay. You said that the AI instructed that a panel should be set up.
Yes.
But I wouldn't know whether it's a panel or whether it was a room trial. During the trial, during the panel sitting, did he come to give evidence? I mean, I so polite.
Yeah, he come.
He came to give evidence.
He come.
Was it under oath?
It's what?
Was it under oath? Did you swear to an oath?
No.
What was the outcome of that panel?
What happened is that the policeman came and he came to another person, I don't know them.
To give evidence?
No, the man that headed the panel. And the DPO called me that I should come 10 o'clock tomorrow and I'll be there. When I got to they say, this is the man that is going to head the panel. They told me the name. I have his number, the number of that DPO, but I don't know his phone number before. I don't know whether I see it on my phone. That is, I save it at SO, yes. My 12 station office or something. Because so when we entered the panel, he asked me everything. I answer him, and he asked Ayo, he said, don't mind the man. He's a liar. He want to try to use the car to hit him, and he try just said a lot of things. The man just said, okay. The man did it because the man said he wanted. I said, sir, let's go to the spot where the incident happened, so you will know that what I'm saying is true. And we went. The man that did the panel followed me to the place. I said, see, this woman, all of them cried, but when they see that the mistake we did is that the man should have not wear his uniform. He should have hair better. But when they see the man with uniform with somebody carry gun at his back, they say, I don't know. I don't know. That's how everybody begin to. I said, this is where the thing happened.
Okay, I was trying to establish whether there was a legal trial and it was concluded. Maybe you didn't get to know whether
they didn't do anything.
Okay.
They didn't do anything.
Mr.
Yes.
What I just wanted to find out before the DIG spoke is with all the places you went to since 2017, are you aware any of them instituted any court action on your behalf?
No. The man that I want to help me to institute the thing is the human right of it that I go. But the way I see things going, I cannot bear it. Because that I'm still spending money on treatment. Like now, if I look so too much, if my red, you return to red. Once you turn to red, you will be asking me that whether somebody beat me.
Thank you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Fortade.
Yes, ma'am.
From your petition to us, I would like to ask, what, in specific terms, what is your demand? What do you want this panel to do for you?
Thank you, ma'am. First, I want justice. And two, if the panel can give me up to 2 or 3 million naira, I'm okay. I will use the one that the place that I incur all these things. And the money that even as I'm saying, it will be just like, see, this my leg is the problem one. This I need to do something on this my leg and my eye. and I want to do permanent teeth. So that is it.
Any other question? Yes.
Mr. Fawotade, I just want to ask again in another terms. So your prayers are what justice looks to you, what you believe justice is to get compensation for, your health in monetary sum.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
My lord. Okay, Mr. Fawotade.
Sir.
Justice in compensation form or justice in punishment to the accused person? Or both?
Well, I'm not in that position to punish him. See, listen, sir.
Hello, Mr. Fawotade. Just calm down. Do you want both or one? Which one do you want?
Sir, let me explain, sir, before. If government say, because I don't want somebody to go to the backyard and say, I'm the one that caused him to be dismissed from his work. But I'm just fighting for my own side. If my own side is okay, if police like, they can dismiss him. If they like, they can sack him. But I'm not in a position to say they should sack him.
Thank you.
Well, that appears to be the last question from the panel. I take it that you want adjournment at this point.
My Lord, before we take an adjournment, sir, we just ask few questions that we can. I know we have a lot of work as far as the panel is concerned, sir. So just take 2 or 3 questions so we can adjourn the matter, sir. Mr. Oshadi. I think that will forward that day, point of contact. Yes, sir. I beg pardon, don't be angry. Yes. You, it is what you commission the newspaper to publish. That is the same thing they publish in the newspaper. What you told them.
Sir, if you just you ask me sure, let me answer you now. The newspaper, I don't even know what is going on. I only heard it is when the newspaper come out. I didn't know that the journalist is among the people that gathered here that day. Because I see a man that follows to the station that night, but I'm not on my own. I'm not on my own that day. So I don't know how the newspaper take come out. But when I see, it is when I see people begin come and say, I don't know any newspaper. But after that, the TVC, they call me, say they want me at the office, they want to come. A lot of media have called me. I don't want to go because a lot of media have sent me. They call me when they see that thing.
What you are now in your evidence, when you explain, you told this panel that the DPO said they don't want this matter to go out of this. Yes, that's what you said. That it was when the matter was now published that the DPO grew annoyed. Are you saying now that you are not aware of the publication? It was a false publication. You didn't tell them anything. Is that what you are telling the panel?
Sir, you want to hear
no,
me?
Yes, we don't tell you.
You ask me a question, let me answer you. Don't force me to say what I don't like to say.
Yes. Please don't be rude, Mr. Fawotade. We won't tolerate that.
What you ask me is that the DPO that called me, he know what happened that he's the one who used his money to take me to the police to hospital.
We're not after that. We're not after that again. Just tell me that. And you have anything to do with this publication? That is what I'm after. You don't know, you say you don't
I don't know. I've told you before now. I've told you that I don't know.
Testified on that fact. I did not instigate the press. I saw the publication when it came out. I know that the man at the scene was following up on my case. That's what I understand him as having said.
Mr. Use for last for work in Washington. For what are the sorry, sir? Please, can you let me do? Let him read this. If you can, Lord help this. You can read whether it's correct. What they said is.
What exhibit is that register?
It's SBB.
I don't know if it's
Is that the Guardian?
The Nation.
The Nation.
That's confirmed.
Okay.
Okay. It's the Nation.
That's good.
A contractor, Judicial, has accused of police of knocking out 2 of his teeth. That is what he said. Have you heard that?
Bring it. That means the reporters were not there at the time this incident happened.
I told you earlier, listen, I told you earlier that somebody is following us even to the stations. I told you, but I'm unconscious that time. I don't know. And all this publication you are talking of, I only know it is after 4 days or when the thing happened. I'm at home, I can't do anything. Even the 3rd day this thing happened, I have to go to another hospital. So,
okay, don't take it lightly, please. Prior to this incident, you never met the man you call Ayo before. No.
I don't know him.
You don't know him? No. You don't have anything whatsoever to catch with him before?
I don't have any police case. God will not let me have it.
This incident was emanated from issue of when he alleged you that you intend to hit him or whatsoever. That was where the matter emanated from. Am I not correct?
That is it.
Nobody, according to what you have said, there was no an allegation made against you that lead to this incident.
Yeah, he mentioned somebody. He said that, yes. Listen, he is at my back.
Yes.
Marwa tried to turn,
yes,
in my front. I have to match my brake. And if you can see, go to that headline. That's exactly what I explained. He banged my back from my car from back. He said, Baba, go where they go make it. I said, can't you see? You don't have eyes. He said, are you talking to me? I said, who are you? That I cannot talk to you. That's exactly what happened. And he said, okay, you will show me who is he.
That is, it was a result of traffic issues that emanated to the incident.
I don't know anyone you call it.
No, I'm not asking. You said we were about to talk. It was a result of traffic issues.
Not traffic. He banned somebody traffic difference that I go and knock your car.
Yes, Mr. The please, sorry if I don't pronounce your name. You told this panel during your evidence in chief that you were with 50,000 naira at the time of the incident. You were with 50,000 naira.
I told you that I go and collect some money. Listen, I said I collect 50. Listen, I collect 50,000 from the person I'm going to work because I have to travel to Ekiti State.
Yes.
On the Monday.
Yes.
But the person gave me money to use to transport my worker that I'm going to work with.
Yes.
And I spent 10,000. I didn't mention 50. I said I collect 50,000, but 40,000 is with me that night. I didn't mention 50,000 point of correction.
You didn't mention 50,000 naira.
I said I collected 50,000 naira and I buy something. And I'm with 40,000 naira in my pocket.
Okay.
And my phone, my shoe, my watch.
In your report, in your complaint, you allege that in your evidence in chief, you were continually repeating, telling that your leg was broken. Am I not correct?
I'm inside there now.
Well, yes. I think you told this panel that
yes, and I write it there also. Okay. And my eye, that I have a wound eye. And you believe me, if you don't know the inside leg, you can see the picture from the eye.
Okay. Please, can you remember you wrote through the public defender, the letter you wrote a complaint to the defender's office.
I wrote a letter, petition letter to the defenders. Okay. What is happening and what I didn't see any justice. Why? What made me go far to this thing? Listen, you ask me a question. Let me ask you.
Take it easy. Listen to the question before you answer.
In that complaint you made earlier, when the matter was very fresh, you never mentioned that your leg was broken.
I told you that when I
go. Yes or no? You not a broken.
I mentioned because if you are there, when I come to the police station, you will see that I come with assisted wood.
No, I'm not talking of whether in your complaint to the public defender, when the matter was very fresh, you never made mention that your leg was affected. Am I not correct?
I complained everything with them when I got there.
Please, can you help me have a look? Please. Let me show the court where he mentioned the leg was affected.
This is the other paper that you can check the other ones.
Which other one? How many complaints you write to the panel?
Public defender and the one at the 7-Up. Because all these things have been tea.
That means you agree with me totally that you never made mention that your leg was affected. Yes? Then face the panel, answer the question.
I say yes, what do you want me to say? But I was kicked.
Sir, in that letter you wrote to the public defender, you allege that your left hand was broken.
Then?
That's what you said?
Yes.
Can you show the hand you allege was broken?
I told you.
Did you take a picture of it?
No.
Did you take a picture of it?
I told you that when somebody listen, let me explain to you. When I was at the police station, when they drive me to the police station, the same policeman come and met me there, say, you think say you can talk?
You have said so.
Do a lot of things.
No, we have.
That is only where I get wound in the leg, kick me with his boot.
Yes. When, after you have regained your conscience according to what you said, after, did you take, you brought an extreme, some by which you tender before this one, with the business panel. Did you equally have an extreme or picture to show that your left leg was broken, your left hand was broken?
I don't listen. The X-ray that I showed them is when I go to the general hospital to remove the teeth. All the other components, apart from the one they took the pictures, did you see any?
You don't have any picture of it?
I don't have.
Mr. Forshade, sorry. You told in your evidence in chief, you said that before you were conscious, at the time they took you to the police station, it was in the hospital, you started regaining your consciousness. That's what you told this panel. So how did you now get the collaboration between the police or the whatever and the DPU? You told this girl that the DPU told you, he saw you, was shouting, oh, this, how do you beat this old man? And you are alleged that you were conscious. How do you get the information or the collaboration between the police or the DPU and those that brought you in?
I disallow the question. You never said he was unconscious. I don't have that.
As far as basis. Now, in your evidence in chief, in your letter you wrote to the public defender, you told them that when the mother came out and retaliated,
that night, I've already... Listen, let me explain.
In your letter, you said you came out and you retaliated.
I wanted to, because my wife dropped me back in the car that, see what, listen.
I'm sorry, Mr. Counsel. Could you please direct us to what, if you're questioning him on a document,
yes, sir.
Could you let us know, please?
Yes, sir, I think the third paragraph.
Of what?
I think
Which kind of retaliation?
What kind of retaliation?
The letter he wrote to the public defenders.
Yes.
Okay, what paragraph? Page 1, page 2?
Paragraph 3. I think the fourth line or the fifth line. If I can say, unknowing to me, if I permission, sir. Knowing to me,
okay.
So unknowing to me, the Okada man claimed to be a policeman, accused me, and I am crazy, and using other foul language on me, which I cannot bear. I no longer, and I retaliated by saying.
You retaliate by saying.
That's what he said. I'm talking of the letter. I'm talking of the letter he wrote to the public defender. He said he retaliated by saying, "I am not crazy." That what he said.
The question you asked.
That is what I'm only saying. What I'm only saying.
The question you asked, sir. The question you asked him was if he retaliated. You did not ask if he retaliated by saying. So kindly ask him if he retaliated by saying. Thank you, sir.
He said that he said he retaliated. He has not demonstrated that.
Sorry, maybe it will help for you to recall that what he said in his evidence in chief was that after he had been beaten while he was still in his vehicle, when he felt that it was too much, he couldn't bear it, he then came out to retaliate, but that the second officer restrained him. That is what we have as our understanding as to the oral testimony supporting what you're referring to. So we're fine with your questions, but just to clarify that that's what we have.
Okay, we don't go for that. Now, let's all look at this. That IO you are referring, you have, according to what you said you have not met him before. How do you know that that Ayo is a police officer? Who told you?
Well, what happened that night is that they go and arrest Okada, and they are driving it. And the DPO mentioned something when we got to the station. He said, I've told you, whenever you arrest Okada, put it inside your van, don't drive it. That is what the DPO told him. That I've always told you, when you arrest Okada, put it in your van and see what you have caused now, because you want to get to the station. Because you can't even know that he's a policeman. He's more wear mufti. And when somebody, if I begin to chat on you, say, are you crazy? You will retaliate, no matter what.
Okay. It was that language that convinced you that Ayo is a policeman.
No, it is when he started beating me that I wanted to come out. My wife told me that I should not fight him. Other people that know him, because the station to the where this thing happens about 4 houses, it's not too far. So people that know him say, Ogayo, because they know him there. They don't know him. It is from there I know that he's a policeman. And even when he wound me, that I go down, I will sit down. Other people that they used to go and do the patrol now come in go slow. The go slow have long. They have to use leg, say to go and see what happened. When they see me down, they carry with blood, with everything. The man say, okay, whatever I wanted to say, I should go to the position first. I should let the road clear, which I did. I can't see, I can't drive because I'm not myself then. And they take me to the police station. It is where he started second beating. That's what spoiled the whole show. Because that time I can't raise my hand, I can't defend. He beat me to the extent that I go down. And I mentioned something that if I'm not dying this thing, I won't grieve for you. I will take your case to any less level. That is it.
Yes.
Well, at this stage, I would like to take out for an adjournment, sir. Honorable also made contact, sir.
Further hearing in the proceedings before this panel is adjourned to 10th November 2020.